Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. All right, Donald Trump took a break from campaigning to attend a trial. It's an appeal in front of the U.S. Second Circuit Court of Appeals in New York, trying to overturn the first E Jean Carroll conviction. His lawyers were arguing that the case was improper because of egregious bias against Trump. He said, attacked the judge's decision to let two other women testify about similar acts of sex abuse that Trump committed against them in the 1970s and 2005. And, he's also planning on appealing the defamation case that awarded E Jean Carroll $85 million. So this first one is the sexual assault and the $5 million damage. That's one that's appealing now, and then he'll have another appeal later on for the $80 million one that she won last year. And in true awesome Trump fashion, after the arguments and after the trial, Trump left and then proceeded to have a press conference where he defamed E Jean Carroll all over again. Let's see. Find the story here. In remarks to reporters on Friday, he repeated many of the claims about Carroll that a jury had already deemed defamatory and added some new ones because why not? Like suggesting that the photograph of him and Carroll taken together in 1987 was produced by artificial intelligence. When asked about it, Ms. Carroll's lawyer, Ms. Kaplan, said, "I've said it before and I'll say it again. All options are on the table, whether or not she was going to bring a new defamation lawsuit." It's reported that the appeals court's unlikely to rule for weeks, if not months. So Trump just can't keep his mouth shut. Now can he? Ten of Swords just popped up. Let's look at the energy of today's appeal and if it has any chance of Trump actually winning it. And then we'll follow up with, and will there be a follow-up defamation case because he just can't stop defaming her. And it's going to have to cost him lots and lots of money before he finally learns his lesson. Because apparently $5 million on the first one and $80 million on the second one wasn't quite enough to get him to be quiet. Still denying it. What's the energy around this current appeal? Fool and his money soon parted. New journey. Well, the appeal would be a new journey, especially if they acquitted him on it. But let's see. That's the signifier card, and that's the two of the underlying energy is the Two of Wands. Decisions are going to be coming up soon enough against Donald Trump. I don't think he can declare presidential immunity on this one. What this is telling me, he's going to have a new defamation suit coming on because he just can't keep quiet. He can't be meditative and keep his mouth shut. And that's coming. I didn't ask about that. I was going to ask about that, but I think as I throw on that one, I think what we're going to see is we're going to see a new defamation case come his way. If we're going to read this straight up to the question, the appeals court's going to hear his foolish arguments, and then they're going to ponder it and get ready to yield a decision. In the past, it's the Lover's card. This is the toxic Lover's card, the low energy Lover's card, where the man's forcing himself on the woman. Current situation is the King of Wands. The appeals court's going to have to listen and take action. The judge has already made his ruling, and what Trump and his lawyers are trying to do is get evidence taught. Say basically the judge ruled improperly on evidence, and apparently they're in this the Second Court of Appeals. They give a wide latitude to judges when it comes to evidence that's allowed. So this is going to be an incredible uphill battle for Trump and his team to win. The overarching energy is the Four of Cups. I don't think there's nothing that they gave to this Court of Appeals that's convincing him that he has a case. The lesson to be learned is the Two of Cups. I honestly think that the judge, they're going to look at this. I think they're going to rule the judge ruled appropriately. I don't see them overturning this, and Trump is just going to glower in the background. They said it's going to take weeks to months. It might be faster than that. 2 months. If it's going to be months, it'll be 2 months or 8 weeks, which is, you got the 8 and the 2. I'd say in 2 months' time. Let's see, where are we now? I'm recording this on September 6th, so beginning in November, right around the time of the election. We should get a ruling on this one. Won't that be fun? It could be faster. It could be 2 weeks. If it really is fast. It's going to be faster than what, this article is saying weeks to months. It might be faster than that. I think basically what I'm trying to say is whatever the normal amount of time it takes for the appeals court to rule on something, this will be considered on the fast end of things. Now, the court system moves freaking slow. So, take that into consideration. But I think they'll make their ruling. My logical mind says Trump doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell. This article seems to agree with that. And, it has to be some egregious error on this. I don't think they're going to find it. The lawyers, Sauer, who's just, Trump's lawyer on this one, was saying they played the Access Hollywood tape, and that wasn't fair. The judge had ruled, well, it's like a confession. It describes his previous behaviors, and it aligned with what these other 2 women said Trump did. Basically, he chats them up, flirts with them, and then, for lack of a better description, he pounces on them. And that's pretty much what Trump said he did on the Access Hollywood tape. All right. Now, with regards to his inability to stop lying or allow for his reality to include facts of what actually happened as opposed to what he wants to believe happened, will E Jean Carroll bring another defamation case against Donald Trump? I've seen her do it in the past when I've read, and he keeps saying stuff. Will E Jean Carroll and her lawyer bring another defamation case against Donald Trump? Foundation of the reading is the Four of Coins. I think she would like to avoid it. I think she just wants her privacy. She's got $90 million coming in, and she likes her privacy. How much more money do you need? What's underneath it? 7 of Coins. But it's also the evaluation. You reap what you sow. Let's evaluate it. Yeah, E Jean Carroll doesn't need any more money. I don't think she wants any more money. She just wants him to shut up. And he doesn't shut up. But the one thing Donald Trump does care about is money. So you have to hit him where it hurts. Page of Pentacles. You've got to hit him with it's almost like you have to hit him with another lawsuit. Maybe you let him settle this one or something along those lines, because Trump can't trust a jury, right? If juries get a hold of it, it's going to cost him a bunch of money. In the past, the 7 of Wands. She's won court case after court case after court case. She's won 2 defamation cases. It's difficult to win defamation cases, and she's won 2 against this guy. Any future case of defamation is going to be really easy because Trump makes it easy. He says these things out in public, and it's recorded. Current situation, Ace of Pentacles. I'm telling you, she's going to do it again. She's going to hit him with another big defamation case. Maybe they go for $200 million this time. Hey, Trump's Truth Social stock, he's going to be able to start exercising it pretty soon. Apparently, he's at current Truth Social prices, he still might make up to $2 billion off of it. If he could dump all his shares at once. He can't. I don't believe he can. Yep. He might be coming into money so he can afford to pay his bills. Just saying. overarching energy is the moon card. You know, if not the threat, actually bringing a big lawsuit, there's another opportunity to do that. Trump's only way of getting out of it is claiming insanity at this point. But he's also crazy because he just keeps doing it. And the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different outcome. You know, there's no secrets here. There's no secret to it. It's already been played out in court. So this is more his lunacy. And you have to hit him with that. And his only way out, again, is to plead insanity. The lesson to be learned is the Two of Wands. You've already got the appeals court coming out. This was the underlying energy of the appeals court. The appeals court's going to rule in her favor. She's going to get her $5 million. Donald Trump's going to appeal the $88 million. So that case is coming on. But she might hit him with another defamation case after the appeals court rules. Because if and this might make sense, right? If the first case, let's say this case gets overturned by some strange reason, that could give him something to appeal on the second case because the first one got overturned. And the whole reason the second one went straight to the punitive phase of it was because he had already been convicted of basically of rape and defamation on the first one. So if the first one gets overturned, the second one's going to get overturned too. Make sense? Because it was predicated that he was guilty on the first one. So if the first one's overturned, that assumption on the second one is no longer valid. So the second one would have to happen again. I think she's going to wait for this appeals court the Second Circuit Court of Appeals to rule on this. It'll rule in her favor. And then bam, she hits Trump with another lawsuit. Because he won't shut up. Just shut up. And everything's fine. Outcome is the Six of Swords. I mean, okay, so maybe she doesn't. You know, maybe one of two things it is. She's going to threaten him with it to get him to shut his mouth and then just go quietly on her way. That is one path she could take. The other path is, and this might be where this is going, is that after the appeals court rules, it's pretty smooth sailing. Anytime he opens his mouth and defames her, there's a big lawsuit coming. And he's going to have a lot of money. Especially if he can somehow liquidate his DJT, Truth Social stock. You know what? For the folks that got really upset that, he's this scam SPAC that bought out the Trump media group that became the DJT, Truth Social stock, which is wildly overvalued, by the way. I will revisit that. I finally got a little more information on it. There's like $340 million that company has in cash and assets. And there's $170 million in outstanding stock, approximately. That means that if you divided if you basically liquidated all the stock into the value, it's $2 a share. That's what is known as the book value of DJT stock. Okay, so DJT stock, if you could buy it for less than $2 a share, you're actually making money because their assets and the cash are worth more than $2 a share. Okay, just throwing that out there. If Donald Trump can sell some of this stock, and make $100 million, couple $100 million, if he sells just a small portion of it, well, guess what? You can pay E Jean Carroll all that money. You know what I mean? I'm glad you got a bunch of money because now you can pay, all these women who are lined up to hit you for sexual assault and defamation cases, including that one girl who was 13 at the time and is in her 30s now, and who was going to hit him with a lawsuit, 8 years ago, and then withdrew it because of threats to her life and her family's life. Okay. What's the lesson, the overall lesson that we should be learning here from these defamation cases when it comes to Trump? Just a little four-carder. Knight of Cups. Oh God, this is false friends. This is Trump's, his ability to just get away with stuff. Interesting. Wow, these cards are looking familiar. He still goes forward. He always tries to paint himself as a victim here. He's a false friend. He always, he tries to chat these ladies up, and then he assaults them. I think, though, yeah. Okay, I'm getting it. Here's the deal. Women, when they accuse a wealthy or powerful man of assaulting them, are often called liars, gold diggers. They're just trying to make a buck. They're just trying to get a quick settlement and make a buck. That's kind of how the narrative goes with this. So I think what we're learning here is that there are women who are coming forward with their stories, and that you shouldn't just deny them out of hand, especially when it comes to Donald Trump, because he has a history. He's been convicted. And it's going to be more than one woman. It's not like he's only assaulted a couple women in his lifetime. He's assaulted all kinds. And these court cases set him up for other women to come forward and tell their stories and sue him and his estate. The criminal aspect, the criminal part of this stuff may be past the statute of limitations. But the civil part may not be. So I think you will see Donald Trump or Donald Trump's estate more and more be hit with more civil suits. He's just going to be hemorrhaging cash. So again, even if he makes money off of Truth Social, all he's going to be doing is, cashing that out, paying the taxes on it, and then having to distribute that to women he has sexually assaulted. He will not be able to hold on to that money. That money is going to be in his possession for a transitory period of time as it moves on to the victims. Okay? So if you're looking for a silver lining on all of this, I think that's where I see things going. We'll see how it plays out. Again, our reading is for entertainment purposes only. I might have forgot to say that up front, but as always, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. I hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.